So the Ironheart Pro Women's Championship on the line. Our champion, Jody Threat, taking on Christi, Jaynes, and what a fantastic contest this should be. Two well-traveled, well-schooled professional wrestlers we've seen, again, all over the world, meeting up here in Hudson, Wisconsin.
Yeah, really, they've lived on opposite ends of the continent, and this is a first-time ever matchup between the two of them. And once again, I'm pretty proud of myself for thinking about it and putting it together.
Jody Threat, as she told the crowd on her way to the ring, does indeed physically have her belt back in her possession. So thank you for that, Caitlin.
Oh, you're very welcome. I don't like to get involved physically if I don't have to. Thankfully, I didn't have to get physically involved. I just had to threaten, suspension, no pay, etc.
Of course, Killer Kate made away with the women's title and had it in her possession for several weeks. But Jody Threat finally getting possession of her title once again, and now meets Christi Jaynes in the center of the ring with a hard shoulder block.
Huge tackle there. So much intensity from Jody Threat.
Jaynes up on her shoulder, maybe thinking about a Death Valley driver a moment ago. Now Jaynes manages to slow the pace down with a waist lock. Springs off the ropes with a nice arm drag.
Beautiful. Lucha-inspired arm drag there. Christi Jaynes training a lot in Texas, former native of Austin. And that area is really popping. That scene is really hot right now in pro wrestling. Christi Jaynes definitely being a huge part of that.
Roll through with a cover. Ducks under, and nothing fancy there. That's just a hard chop to the chest. Still with wrist control. And there's the Lucha influence you were talking about. Rolls through and a slap to the face.
Just when you think she's going to get fancy and do a cool move, nah.
Jaynes shoots Jody Threat off the ropes. Tilts the whirl, head scissors from Jody Threat. And there is the return slap from Jody Threat. Us Canadians are usually fairly polite, Caitlin, but when pressed, we can slap back, right?
Absolutely. Obviously I've got close ties to Jody, being a fellow Torontonian, such as you, such as myself. So I'm always secretly kind of praying for her, but I don't know. I've got a great friendship with Christi as well. It wouldn't hurt my feelings to see either of them win the championship here tonight.
Had a full Nelson into a slam. Nearly a count of three there. Jody Threat now taking control of this championship contest.
Corey, I'm surprised you don't recognize Christi Jaynes from my wedding.
That is correct.
Remember she made the entrance, the late entrance in the yellow dress? Oh!
Just a boot to the face. Caitlin, there are many things I don't remember about your wedding, but we'll save that conversation for another day.
Yeah. My wife wasn't too impressed. Perhaps that was a sign of things to come. Jody just eating the wooden table.
Christi Jaynes enjoying a refreshment here with the fans in Hudson, Wisconsin, and now eats a forearm from Jody Threat, who's trying to find a safe space. Well, there is nowhere safe, and a lot of dangerous objects here.
It's a zoo in there. People everywhere.
Rolls through with a vertical suplex right on the pavement.
She didn't get all of that. Had she gotten a little more height on it, it would have done more damage, but it's not like it exactly takes a ton of damage when you're falling on concrete. Order up at Hop and Barrel. What do we got on the tap here? Fast, reliable service.
Well, Christi Jaynes will have to worry about the refreshments after, or maybe not.
Jody loves her beer.
This is how bar fights start, Caitlin.
Whose beer is it, rightfully?
That's
I
right.
feel like it's Christi's. She ordered it. If somebody's not going to grab that drink, I will.
And now our DJ may be under duress as well. No one is safe here in Hudson. Jody Threat does manage to find a beer, but eats a right hand mid-sip.
That's just alcohol abuse, and I don't condone that.
And Jody Threat goes face first, right onto the apron. And now Christi Jaynes looks a little more focused, less worried about where the next beverage is coming from, and more focused on trying to win the title.
Plenty of time to drink after you win the championship, Christi. Jody wants another beer. Of course she does. I'm breeding a ground here for borderline alcoholics by the looks of it. Because our bar tab is free.
Oh no, the ultimate insult.
Hands are empty.
An empty can, and then a boot to the midsection.
I thought we were friends, man. No such thing as friends when the women's championship's on the line. Who's that handsome lady there in the blue sweater at the side of the ring? Can't tell who that is.
Yeah, you should go get her number. Shining Wizard from Christi Jaynes. And the whole demeanor of Christi has entirely changed here. Maybe after getting a few beers into her, her attitude's changed a little bit. Cover here. Only two. For a while, we kind of lost track of what this match was about. They are not fighting over a beverage here. This is for the Ironheart Pro women's title.
Yeah, and I do appreciate the referee giving them some leeway there on the outside of the ring. Not that he would be able to control them even if he wanted to, but thankfully this hasn't ended on a double disqualification because that would be absolutely terrible.
Springboard moonsault, but misses. And an opportunity here for Jody Threat to get back into this contest. A second rope lion salt. A beautiful looking maneuver, but just couldn't quite connect. Now Jody Threat getting some fuel.
I encourage drinking on the job. It's business drunk. You're allowed to be business drunk.
Pair of hard lariats in the corner. Jody Threat on fire here. Taking it to Christi Jaynes.
Yeah, those shoulders are basically chiseled out of steel. Jody's jacked.
Look at the power here from Jody Threat.
Unbelievable.
Falling vertical suplex. And only two. I'll tell you, after several beers being dangled like that in a vertical suplex, that can't feel too nice.
She's going to be hung over before the match ends.
Hard knee to the face. Will that be enough? Only two. Jody Threat gets the shoulder up. And Christi Jaynes cannot believe it. She thought she had this one won. And for good reason. She landed that knee absolutely flush.
Shades of Kenny Omega there with his V-trigger. That was a knockout shot. I can't believe Jody's still in the fight.
Jody Threat blocks the Irish whip. Pushed off into the ropes, now rolled up. Look at this.
Neat pinning combination. Is she?
Are you looking for a crossface of some kind?
Damn, into it. Almost like an STF.
Look at this.
She lost the leg.
Jody Threat desperately trying to fire out. Michinoku driver right on top of the head. That was a scary looking Michinoku driver. Jody Threat got all of that one. I do not know how Christi Jaynes kicked out of that.
Yeah, she delivers her moves at such a high angle to put as much pressure as possible on the head and neck.
Knee to the back from Jody Threat. And a German suplex against Christi Jaynes. She's not done. What does she have in mind?
Oh, wow.
Airplane spin into a power bomb, and that is it. What a performance from Jody Threat.
Been through the ringer here. Congratulations once again to our fighting champion, Jody Threat.
Well, you know, there was added motivation there, Caitlin, for Jody Threat. He desperately wants to get her hands on Killer Kate. After everything that Killer Kate has done, torturing her and insulting her over the last couple of weeks. And now, that matchup is still on the table.
It's absolutely on the table, but Killer Kate didn't definitively win the #1 contendership.
Right.
So who knows what I'm going to do next? All I know is that you probably don't want to miss it.
Jody Threat still your Ironheart Pro Women's Champion.